us to our next question. But before I go quickly, let me say those baskets, I've seen them, the bulgur baskets. They are beautiful.
Yes.
They are, I think I want.
Oh,
I want a couple.
I'm actually working. I'm working from home today. I'm working from home today, but I wish I could send you pictures. Beautiful baskets.
Please do.
Baskets.
They are. Seriously, if we can, I don't know if there's a website we can market it out, something, let's get it out there for the women. These are beautiful baskets.
I would. I wish I could show you one. I've just got one next door, but I wish I could show you one, the one I carry to work every day. It's impeccably done,
Wow.
And you should just watch them. These are women who can weave baskets with a loan of what's 2,000 cedis?
2,000 cedis. Will that be?
It's less than 300. It's about $320.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes. And she borrows that for 6 months or 4 months. And she can weave baskets. She can sell her baskets from that, put food on the table, send kids to school, and still repay her loan. Now, is that all magic?
It is. It is.
Yes. But it's because they have one thing. They're eager to learn.
Yeah.
They obtain knowledge. So because we put them through strict bookkeeping and financial literacy classes, so they know what they're doing. So if you borrow this amount, you know the interest, you know your profit, you know what you can spend, you know what you can use to buy a cloth, you know what you can use. You should know all of those things, and you should know that this is how much you owe Innovative. And at the end of every month, make sure you do 2 things. You pay Innovative, and then you pay yourself a salary. It's one thing people don't do.
Can you enlighten us on the 8 income streams? I saw that post on your Instagram page, and I thought it was interesting.
Okay.
Let's chip it in. I'm sure I'm even going to learn something from it, because I need about 4 or 5 income streams.
I know, right? I think nobody needs one income.
Yeah.
Especially what COVID has taught us is you should have a fallback plan. Yeah. And I believe that as for women, and especially women, being in control of your personal finance is very important. It's very important.
It is.
It is beyond important. Even if you're married to a wealthy spouse, or you have a trust fund you're waiting to spend, even those 2 may run dry.
Yeah.
You still need to cushion yourself.
Yeah.
You still need to have something of your own.
Yeah.
You should be able to have that freedom to decide I want to support this charity without having to seek approval from my spouse, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. It doesn't mean that you're going to have to behave in a way that tells you, okay, I'm independent and nobody can tell me what to do. No, but just for your own sanity, for your own self-worth, your confidence, and also the fact that you're already a woman and you're a born saver. We are born to save. Women naturally we save.
It's so true. It is.
It's something that is in us. So why don't you practice that? So for me, it's very important. So I think I ran that course for a few of our women. We usually have a workshop for our top 200 women every year.
Oh, okay.
And then we talk about almost everything. We talk about everything. We talk about challenges at home. We go through health scares. Then we screen them for breast cancer. We screen them for hepatitis B, all those HIV. And then we talk about different things. And what I usually like to talk to them about is the fact that you don't need to have one income stream. You should look at having multiples. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's almost like having a bank account. Okay. Sometimes I would advise you to have 3 bank accounts, and then you save with all 3 because it would prevent you from impulse shopping.
Exactly.
Because one bank card might reject a purchase.
Yeah.
So by the time you go around to solving it, you would have changed your mind.
True.
So
it's so true.
it's the same with earning an extra income. I mean, the normal one that everybody or mostly everyone goes through is, let's say, your earned income.
Earned income.
We all go through that when you're employed.
Yeah.
Where you get it from, doing a job, working at a company, being an employee, you get that at the end of the month. That shouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
Building wealth and also having that financial freedom and independence. Think of something else. Profit income. We talk about profit income. Income where it's, income that comes from buying and selling.
Yeah.
One thing I know when I was in the bank was I had colleagues who, apart from what they were earning, would come to work with cakes and cookies, and they were selling, making something extra. Yes. Yeah. So they were selling something and earning something extra. Yeah. And some also, and then I was buying from them, they were making something. And then also we were buying from others to come and sell within the bank. Yeah. So I had friends who loved other things. So I said, okay, I can go to my cousin who had a cosmetics shop, and I tell her, listen, can you supply me with all, the cosmetics? I'll sell them to my colleagues and I'll make something extra at the end of the month. That's what you get from profit income, buying and selling. And it's also for businesses. And this is what we teach our women. We teach them that the income you enjoy is what you make from your buying and your selling. So for example, if you're into selling yam, what you make at the end of the month isn't your money, because a lot of the yam sellers don't buy them with cash. They get supplied by a farmer. Okay. So when the farmer supplies you 100 tubers of yam, your job is to sell the 100 tubers of yam. Then you pay the farmer back. And then what is left, because you borrowed some money from Innovative, you pay Innovative back. Wow. Yeah. And then what is left, have you paid your utilities? Have you done, utilities mean have you taken care of the kids, feeding, the food, the fees and everything? Yeah. When you finished all of that, what is left, we tell you, if it's 20 CDs that's left, try and save 5 CDs of that 20 CDs or 10 CDs if you can every month. And then what is left, you can have fun. Yeah. So once you know how to follow these steps, you start to earn something called profit income. Yeah. Then we come to interest income. Yeah. Interest income comes from what you make from lending. Now, what we make, our sales or at my turnover is interest income as Innovative Microfinance. Okay. Because I sell money and then I also buy. So I do some profit. So I buy money from people who are willing to sell it to me. Yeah. And then I sell that to my market women. Okay. And then the interest I put on becomes my income, not the money that I got from my investor. That becomes a loan. Yeah. So I need to make sure I charge an interest that can take care of the loan I've borrowed and also take care of my operational costs in order to get the money back from the women I lent it to. Then you have your residual income. Yeah. That is when you continue to get paid after the work is done. Okay. You've got consultants who get paid. Yeah. You go on a job, you consult for a company, and every time that particular product or that particular idea gets a hit, you still get paid. You get paid. I call those ones the luckiest people in the world. Yeah. Because there's some people who keep getting paid until they pass on because of one idea they were able to support to develop. That's just, Then you've got your dividend income. When you own stocks. It's not something that is widely known in Africa or even in Ghana, because we're not, most of us don't trade on, on the stock market. Yeah. So it's not something that, so usually I don't say much on that because dividend income, a lot of people don't understand it. Yeah. Why would I want to buy stocks of a company? I don't even know whether the company is going to go down. Is the stock's going to go up? Yeah. And how much money do I need? Can I start small? So all those are things that people, think of and they kind of shy away from. Yeah. Dividend income, rental income. Yeah. Yeah. Very popular in Africa. Very, very popular in Africa. I think that's every landlord's dream. We don't have mortgage systems that really work for us. And we don't have banks that would help you lease a property or get access to financing very quickly like it is in the Western countries. So when a landlord is able to put up a building, they can go home and sleep.
Yeah.
Because you can rent that building and get paid, not every month. Sometimes you ask for 2 years in advance. Yes, in advance. Yeah. So you realize that if somebody probably paid, let's say $100,000 to put up a structure, they can make that money back in 2 to 3 years because they asked for it in advance. Yeah. And then they could, it is rental income. I usually advise a lot of my my clients who feel the need to invest. And because our interest rates locally are not that great, I tell them, listen, invest in a few, landed properties. Yeah. Just, you can turn them to an Airbnb. Yeah. You can also rent them out. A lot of students coming out of school don't have enough funds to build their own homes just yet. Yeah. So they rely on landlords who they can rent small apartments from. Yeah. Yeah. So you can start doing that. You earn something, and then you continuously see that as an alternative income. And if you work in an organization where they can guarantee a loan for you, get that loan, invest in the landed property. You can use that rental income to pay off the loan, and ultimately the property becomes yours. And then you continue to earn more rental income from it. Wow. And so there are various ways. Then you've got capital gains, where your assets keep increasing in value. And for your assets to keep increasing in value, you need to turn the assets around so that they can help increase in value. So, for example, if you have a landed property and you don't keep it up to date, you don't renovate it well, you can charge 10 CDs today, and next year you won't get the 10 CDs. But you have to keep making sure that you bring it up to a standard that you can keep getting more. Then the final one is the royalty income. Yeah. Royalty income, where others use your ideas. If you have an idea where somebody uses it, you get your royalties. I think that's what is big in the music industry, and also, of course, if you write a song for someone and every time the song keeps being played, you get something out of that. Yeah. And that could be a way you can make. There's so many people who have made money without being in front of the camera, just behind the cameras, by just earning income from royalties. So those are the 8 different income streams. And usually, because I'm maybe talking to a wider audience, but usually we break them down into local stuff. Yeah. Things that you find around you in the community. You can earn royalty in the community. You can have capital gains in your community. You can have rental income in your community. You can have dividend income, residual income, interest income, profit income. You can have earned income in your community. You don't have to look beyond your community to do that. So usually we do that, and then we do them in our local dialect so they can understand. Wow. Wow, this is very interesting. Wow. So you managed a $25 million portfolio, and you were part of a $74 million revenue team. What was the experience like? I believe that with a revenue team handling $74 million, it's going to be more men than women. So as a woman being on that team, what was the challenge? Yes. This was actually in Lagos. So you can imagine, I'm Ghanaian. Yes, so I was working in Lagos, and I was heading the global transaction services. Okay. Mostly men. It was interesting. I think my hunger to be an entrepreneur was from working in Lagos. Okay. Yes, that city gives you something else. It makes you want more. It makes you hungry. Wow. And it makes you become a go-getter, because one thing it doesn't disappoint is it never ceases to let you know you have to be on your A game all the time. You've got so many people fighting for your role, even better than you in your role, waiting to sit on your chair. So every day you have to wake up
Wow.
and you keep running.
Wow.
You have to set standards that would scare you to death, and you just have to keep on at it. And that is where I learned that, okay, I could actually give this entrepreneurship or running my own business a chance ago.
Yeah.
Because I saw women doing it. I saw them. And being in the bank, you come across women who come in and they talk about needing financing for huge projects. And you're like, okay, woman, how the hell are you going to do that? And she would break it down to you. She would tell you exactly how she's going to do it. But that's what you get. You know, so I think with all of that, managing that, and also being on my A game all the time, so I don't lose my seat to the next man.
Exactly.
I knew I was ready. I actually knew I was ready when I moved back to Ghana. That was my turning point. I thought, okay, this I can do it. You know, you're talking about Lagos. There's a population of the entire Ghana.
Yeah.
That's only for a state. Exactly. So I thought, okay, I could do this in Lagos. I can do this in Accra, and it's my home. It's my comfort zone. Even though you don't grow much in your comfort zone, unfortunately, you know, nothing grows in a comfort zone. So I had to say, okay, it's my comfort zone, but for me to make a difference, I needed to grow out of it, and that was the energy I got from Lagos. You know. So yes, it was challenging. It was extremely, initially, I thought, how was I going to make an impact? How was I going to show them that I actually knew what I was doing? And as you said, I got a lot of support.
Great.
You know, yes, I got a lot of, I had an amazing boss and who was prepared to teach me, because he was also a foreigner and he went through so much. So he thought, okay, for me to make it easier for you, I need to let you know what the dangers ahead are so you don't fall into them. Yeah. And I would call myself lucky or blessed because not every woman has that. Yeah. You know, so that was what I got. Wow. So it wasn't very difficult. But also, when you went out to talk to clients to convince them, that's where the challenge was, because you needed to be on top of everything, because you would meet CEOs, CFOs, and CEOs of all these huge businesses, and they knew exactly what they wanted. So you couldn't go there and tell them something they didn't know or they didn't know already. Yeah. So you always had to be prepared to give them and offer them what they knew, but offer them more than what they knew. Okay. So it was a good learning. It was a good learning process for me. Wow. I enjoyed myself. I failed. I made a lot of mistakes, but God, those mistakes, you know, taught me to resolve, to continue to learn. And that's what I take with me every day. So I would always say, given the chance, you have an opportunity to work anywhere else, pick a country that will scare you to death. Wow. Yes. Go there and try it and do something different. Yeah. Be successful, at least, even if you're not successful, remain relevant. And then start something. So exactly. For me, it was interesting. I totally loved it. Wow. Wow. So in working with these women, has there been any challenges? Yes. Women, we can sometimes be our own enemies. Yeah. As much as you want to help, you also have to be very careful. Yeah. Sometimes you can meet women who are passionate and to develop a business, but then because it's difficult for them to balance the responsibility of being a mother, a wife, a business owner, one can sometimes become more important. A lot of the times we've worked with women where combining those roles have been overwhelming. Yeah. And we've ended up with bad investments. So that is, and I wouldn't say that I blame them because these are choices that we make. And we make those choices at a time that usually work for us or we think would work for us. Also, there are times when women just don't want to work. We've had such instances where they refuse to work. Yeah. And believe in just borrowing from different companies to keep up a lifestyle.
Wow.
I find that sometimes in the young women, when it has to be to maintain a lifestyle that they can't afford.
Yeah.
So that gets them into trouble, So, and increasingly, we're getting a lot of those. I don't know whether it's also because of social media, but where they borrow so much to maintain a lifestyle they can't afford. So those can be disappointing to work with. And over ambitious projects, it's good. I always say dream and dream big.
Yeah.
Dream, but do it. Don't procrastinate.
Okay.
Be a dreamer. Work in a way that your dream becomes a reality.
Achievable, yeah.
But when a project becomes over ambitious, and they don't want to realign or re-strategize or even, start small.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when a woman has an idea, sometimes because she sees the idea as a $1 million idea, she forgets that it's her idea.
Yeah.
And for that idea to become a $1 million idea, you need to have somebody on the other side that wants the idea.
Exactly.
Not because it's your idea or you want it. You may want it, you may see the positives in it, but if somebody else doesn't see the value in it, they're not going to offer any money for it.
Yeah.
So it can be difficult to tell them, start small.
Yeah.
When you tell a business owner, start small, then grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't get it. They feel, okay, if you start, maybe because of where you are, you don't see what I'm seeing, but no, but you have to start small.
Exactly.
You have to.
Exactly.
So those are some difficulties we face where she comes in for a loan and you're trying to tell her, listen, I love your idea. I know it's going to work. Let me help you by starting you with something small. And then you learn to scale up as when you need extra.
Yeah.
They don't like that. They don't.
Wow.
So those are challenges. Yes.
Yeah.
Some of the challenges working with women. But nonetheless, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Wow.
I still would work with women because the positives definitely outweigh the negatives. So I think I'm in a good place.
Wow. So what would be your final word of advice to our listeners?
My final word to our listeners is two things. Be yourself. People should learn to believe in themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially with women.
Yeah.
You should never ever fear failure. When you're in any situation, failure is a must and it has to happen. If you've never been hit by failure, just know that it's gonna come. And when it comes, you shouldn't see it as a dead end. It should be like a detour. Yeah. Just like a temporary event, But learn from it. Never ever fear to take that first move. Yeah. If you want to leave your 9-to-5 job to start on your own, do the homework. Yeah. Do the homework. Learn. Get a coach, get a mentor, develop your plan. Make sure you do a pilot, sell your idea to even your family. See if there's somebody who would want it, because sometimes the best feedback is from your loved ones. Yeah. Do all of that before you branch out, but never ever let somebody tell you it can't be done. Beautiful. So where can our audience connect with you? Because I know that those the shea butter from up north is 100% organic. Yes. And there are a lot of people so they have to be able to get in touch so that these women's businesses can move. And especially those baskets I saw, they are so beautiful. People should be able to get in touch if they want to buy them. And other things that they do, we have to encourage these women to keep producing, when they know their products are all over the place. So where can people connect with you on social media and all that? I'm just putting my website on. Okay. Okay. And okay. Yeah. Yeah. And then social media is Sheila. Gosh, I'm so at Sheila Azuntaba. Great. Great. And then you can send me an email.
Lovely.
And I'll get back to you.
Lovely.
I'd love to link most of our women and some of their products. Beautiful baskets, organic shea butter.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, Sheila, it was a delight having you here today, and your advice, your knowledge, it's so rich, and I know that anybody listening will enjoy it. I have enjoyed it. Definitely, I'm going to get some of the shea butter and the baskets. Definitely. So I believe that our audience will enjoy it too. Thank you very much for agreeing to come on podcast with Sheila. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. If you've been listening in, this is season 2, episode 6 of our podcast series, where we've been bringing your way seasoned guests with inspiring life stories to share with us. Do not miss out on all these lovely experiences. Subscribe and be notified when a new podcast is released. We have a video presentation of this show on our YouTube channel. If you would like to see us in pictures, just search for Podcast with Sheila on YouTube and you will find us. On this note, we would like to say a massive thank you to all our listeners from the 18 countries around the world. This show continues to grow stronger and stronger because of your support. Podcast with Sheila is aired on 8 listening platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this episode if you were inspired by it. Until we meet again in a fortnight, have a lovely week.